with those high performers and the high level entrepreneurs, CEOs that you work with, do they still also encounter self-sabotage or limiting behaviors or limiting beliefs? Or is it you've got to kind of hold them back?
I am of the mindset, and just from my experience, like we all feel overwhelmed sometimes. Like we all performance discount. And by that I mean this idea that like we may have achieved something great yesterday, but like today we're like, what's the next thing? Like
Yeah.
that's old news. And one of the things I do with people is I actually try and help us recognize progress that's been made, because it's actually a really important source of motivation. And so there are things that when you drive yourself really hard, that are benefits, right? Like,
Yeah.
you never rest on your laurels. However, it also can lead to burnout when we're continually moving the goalpost. And so I think that's an important thing to consider. I think there are some things that when people are really successful that they are doing differently. And I think what's great is there are things that actually are accessible to all of us. And so, I think one of the first things, and I really encompass it in my principle of performance, and it relates back to strategy. So that category
Yeah.
is this idea of brutal focus. And so one of the things that I see people doing when they're really successful is generally they have focus about what they're trying to accomplish. So some clarity around what's the goal? What are they trying to build? What is it not? And what's important about that? And what actually can they be flexible on? So they have some clarity about that. They also have clarity about what is most important, like crucial to getting there. Like what are the big drivers? And I'll be honest, it can't be a million different things. Like I call it brutal focus for a reason. It often feels kind of stark. And you're like, really? Those are the things that you're going to just focus on and hammer on and like just say, well, we'll kind of scrap together the rest of it, but we're going to absolutely make sure we're like on top of these things, either as a team or as an individual. And then I think the last thing is you're often left with a pile of stuff that's left over after that, and you got to decide what to do with it. And that's like, I call that the extraneous.
Nice.
So you got to like kind of just be like quick and dirty with that and say, okay, what am I just going to forget about? Like, nope. What are you going to say? Later. And then what are you going to say? Oh, we just need to take care of that like once and for all. So it's no longer, taking up brain space.
I like that. I use the framework, eliminate, automate, delegate. It's got to be one of the three for all of those tasks.
That's great. I love that because it's catchy also, right? Like these are the things we remember.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's another thing about focus that is really great is that if you can actually, and the way you get to this is actually spending some time thinking about it. And it can be as simple as like, you have like Post-it notepad. I like this as my example because I'm like, nope, you don't need a big spreadsheet. You don't even need an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of paper. It can be small, but taking a piece of your life, and this is what I do with clients when we start. We may be talking about a professional goal or a big goal. And the way we put brutal focus to it to start is to say, really, what's an outcome you want? And you don't have to start with a really big outcome. You could just pick an area of your life and say, like, what's the outcome I want? Like, is there a health thing that I'm like, you know what? I just need to get more fit. I need to be more fit than I am today. And also like, what do I think that would look like? What does that mean? Does that mean weight loss? Does that mean like more muscle gain, and just to say, or is it like, I need to eat healthier. But anyways, pick it out and kind of try and put some descriptors to what that means. And then make a list. And some people like the strategy of literally set a timer for 5 minutes and put down everything you can think of that might be important for that. So that's one strategy. That's called the just like brain dump strategy.
Yeah.
And that's actually, I find that to be useful for many of my clients. That's the way their brain works. And so we just follow anything that might be related to that. I ask a lot of questions. What about this? What about this? Like, how does that work? But we get a big brain dump. And then the goal is to come out of that to try and define like, what are 3 critical priorities? What is most important out of that list that you think would give you the biggest impact towards it? Not all the things. There's a lot of nice to haves on that list, and there's a lot of good things on that list. But we're looking for like, what are the best things? And that might be for the time you invest, what gives you the most potent impact? And then make a list of those 3 things. And then the next step of it is really about saying, okay, well, what would the action actually look like to kind of do that priority? Like, let's actually make a really specific action and start to like then go forward to put that into play, which we could talk about more later. But brutal focus is often, again, start at the foundation, set yourself up right to say, what is most important? And then if it's tricky to figure out how to do that thing, that's okay. But that's the game you want to play. You want to figure out how to do that thing that's most important versus, well, these other things that are less important are easy to do. How about I just go do those things? And then you're going to do a bunch of work, but you're not going to see the impact you want. So that's why, like, start with a foundation of focus, figure out what's most important.
My name is Samuel Main, and I truly hope that you've got value from today's video. If you have, please do hit like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow.